Well, it's unprecedented in human history, in fact. I mean, if you go back to days of the Egyptian Empire, whatever, 2000 BC, or 1000 BC, you will start to see the same sort of practices where governments make sure that only a specific narrative is told. Even within the communist era in Soviet Russia, there was a little bit of both sides. Okay, it was mainly supporting the communist side, but we've never really seen such a blatant battle for the mass media that's been going on by killing journalists in Gaza. So 289, we believe, have been killed. You said in your introduction there are strong indications this is deliberate. There's not strong indications. It's 100% conclusive. Journalists have been specifically and individually targeted to be killed because they are in an area which is a chaotic place, a terrible place where atrocities are taking place, and it's simply that the Israeli government doesn't want the world to see these things. We've got a lot of technology now. We've got satellites. We've got the ability to see all around the world what's going on via the mass media. But the Israelis, not only are they killing journalists in Gaza, they've also been blocking channels using their influence in Britain. For example, your very own Press TV has been blocked from being shown in the UK. And so there are all sorts of ways in which the genocide, pre-planned, premeditated, has been covered up by the murder of journalists, the deliberate murder of journalists. One of the most horrific and extraordinary things that's been happening is the British journalists colluding with the Israeli Defence Force to kill journalists in Gaza, which is pointed out by Richard Saunders at Double Down News here in Britain, where the Israelis say, such and such a journalist is working for Hamas and their crew. The British repeat this lie, and then the Israelis think, well, we can get away with killing this person now, so they kill them. And that is how disgusting the media has been here in the West, in complicity with the Israeli Defence Force's plans to murder journalists, deliberately commit, obviously, horrifying war crimes in a cynical battle to just simply control what people are able to see and to suppress and censor their own war crimes.
That's right. Mr. Gosling, at this point, where do you see this campaign going?
Well, it's eased off for now, but I think we have to understand the extent to which we've got a powerful it's what Yanis Varoufakis, the former Greek finance minister, a big critic of Brussels, has called techno-feudalism. So you have these massive multinational corporations now, mostly through the mass media and through social media, things like X and Facebook, etc., which are able to influence minds right around the world. These people, they have, in the past, people have had wealth, obviously, but now it seems that the wealth that they have, they want to use not to buy success in their own industry, but also enormous amounts of power. They want to buy up any narrative which is competing with them, and any institution in a country which takes them on, such as political parties, parliaments, journalists, editors, newspapers. We've just seen another takeover of, in fact, it's the Daily Telegraph in the UK, a massive takeover. And so they then get interested in controlling politics. And once they're doing that, of course, these powerful individuals, I'm talking here about people like Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Eric Schwartz, there are Eric Schmidt, sorry. There are various, there are many of them now, actually quite a few. They all have a very similar ideology. And that ideology is moving towards being a kind of geopolitical titan. They like to think that they can influence, they can bring down governments. And actually, what worries me most is that they are actually now involved in spinning and starting wars. So in other words, what we've been talking about in Gaza and the murder of journalists there, they see this as a success because it is an extension of their power into being able to suppress the effective use of human rights. And we've got a massive battle, by the way, going on at the BBC now with Donald Trump. BBC, many people criticise them, my old employers, but the BBC have been doing a pretty reasonable job in terms of comparing them to some of the other channels, particularly the Murdoch channels, in reporting the genocide in Gaza. They've come up in for a lot of political flack, and they've also had infiltrators from the Mossad and the Israel lobby moving into some editorial positions at the BBC. But at least there's been a fight and a battle in public about that. But what's now happened is, because of this lawsuit from Donald Trump, the leadership at the BBC are literally sabotaging the corporation. And so this is another operation to take down one of the only voices in Britain which has been showing a bit of both sides in the Gaza genocide. And yes. So we have to understand that the BBC did lie deliberately about Donald Trump. And what happened yes. In the big rallies that he held, they deliberately lied. But what they've now said is, oh, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. The BBC needs to come clean, say we did lie, to expose all the people that were doing the lying, sack them all. And instead, what they're doing is they're deciding to fight Donald Trump in the courts, which could actually mean the end of the BBC. And that's the sort of leadership the corporation has got now. They're actually sabotaging their own corporation.